I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore.
Just 1 second, everybody.
We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to talk about on the political side here in Muncie. We have some crazy things going on. We've got some things going on in Delaware County news. We've got some voting information that we need to really kind of talk about and head off some craziness. So we've got a lot to get to. We're going to get into all of that now. And so I'm so thankful that you're here. Please, if you know anyone that's interested in what's going on in Delaware County, please share the show with everyone you know. Anyone that's interested in everything that's going on, this is going to get interesting. So the topics that we're going to cover from here forward are the King sign fiasco from the other day. I have an update to the King sign fiasco, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to then talk about the death of the Delaware County GOP. Ladies and gentlemen, in real time, currently today, right now, as we're speaking, we are currently observing the Delaware County Republican Party dying a slow and painful death. All right. And then that leads us into some questions once we go there is why are some of the people that are standing up and speaking out here, why are they not also involved in speaking out what's going on in Madison County? And I think you'll have that same question here in just a moment. Then we're going to go on to some voting confusion and nonsense. And then we're going to end the show talking about kind of a look ahead to the Muncie City Council meeting of tomorrow. All right. So first and foremost, I want to get in last Tuesday or Wednesday. It would have been Tuesday night. I did a show and we talked about some vandalism to a sign that James King had. And this vandalism was concerning. And we said plainly, do not touch political signs that are not yours or connected to you or your candidate, or that's not in your yard. If there is a sign in your yard and you want it gone, do whatever you want with it. If, though, you're walking down the road and there's a sign of someone that you don't like in someone else's yard, don't touch it. Don't damage it. Don't touch it. Okay? Vandalism, stealing, and destroying political signs that are not yours is a crime in the state of Indiana. It's pretty much a crime everywhere. And it's just stupid. There's just no point in it. It serves no purpose. However, James King had stated that there was some vandalism to a sign, and then he had stated that, he wished that things were better, and that, it didn't need to stoop to this, yada yada yada. And it was kind of more or less, without pointing it to his either opponent or someone, a supporter of his opponent, he basically was attempting to do that. All right. Now I'm going to show you a picture of the damaged sign right here, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm talking about this and why this matters. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the sign. This is a James King sign. It's a larger sign. It's like a 2x4. It does. I know it doesn't look like a 2x4, but it's very weird. This is like a half of normal political signs are like 4x4s. The big ones. This is not the small yard sign, but this is the big one. And so what was very interesting about this is this sign was posted in the yard of, well, we don't know what yard this was posted in, quote unquote. And the post that went along with this simply said the following, okay? On 4/29, there was an act of vandalism to one of my signs. Respectful dialogue and peaceful engagement are the pillars of democracy. As a 30-year law enforcement officer, I don't condone behavior to deface another person's property. Civility is how we all rise together. Okay? Well, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I want to be very clear about what's going on here. All right? I want to tell you what we've got going on. If you're aware, the sheriff of the sheriff of Delaware County had just made a post a couple days, maybe the day beforehand, stating the following. All right, that there was a sign and it was placed in the UAW lot, yada 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 yada.
These are all in the overlays for you.
Okay, you got all these in the overlays. Kick ass. What a great producer. All right. So here is what we've got. Here is King's little thing here. All right. They posted this, and what I want everybody to know is when we did this last Tuesday, I said, wait a minute. This is the same sign as this. They're the same signs because it's the same sign down by the UAW. And the reason I knew that was because when you look at this, I know where this is. This is the UAW, and it's very close to this house that you see in the background, that gray house, okay? That's down on the south side. I pass this sign and I pass this street. I drive this street several times a week, okay? It's on the way to my grandparents. And I said, hey, I think that this is it. We got on Google Earth, and I was like, no, okay, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Here is, though, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you guys to see, okay? Absolutely. And we've got a lot of people on here already saying it, but I went out there actually and did some massively scientific work. All right. And I want to welcome everyone here that's saying this and thanking them. We all kind of realize this at the same time. What's crazy to me is that James King, a 30-year veteran in law enforcement didn't realize this. All right. So this is very important. This is the real live same sign as this right here. And I'm going to show you why. Number one, do you see, well, first of all, like everyone's saying, look at the fence posts, how his head is there and it's zipped to the white part and the other part's up, yada yada yada. Then in the background, we're seeing the pole, the telephone pole with the power box on this. Okay. Well, when we look at this here, we see the poles are the same, obviously, these fence posts, but we're not seeing the telephone pole. What we do see, however, is the guide wire coming off of the pole with the yellow plastic wrapping it, and it goes back behind the sign. And then we also see the gray house in the background, and we see the purple tree right here in the left-hand side behind the sign. Well, here's the picture that I took with the sign being down. Here is the telephone pole with the power box. There is the guide wire right here. All right. And here's what the deal was. If you look, there is the gray house in the background, and here's the purple tree. All right. Why this matters is if you look at this picture that's further down, first of all, if you look, in order to get that gray house, okay, in order to get that gray house into the shot, the only place that you would have a telephone pole and the guide wire would be this plot of land, because the next couple plots don't have the guide wire. Notice that. Also, what's important is the fact that if you look here, there's that tree. Look, there's that tree. All right. So why does this matter? There's the tree. And if you notice, look, you can't, if you stick it in the grass down there one away, the tree's not there. Two away, the tree's not there. Why does this matter? Why does this matter? Well, I'm going to tell you why this matters. Because when James King posts this picture, and when James King says there was an act of vandalism, he is trying to cast dispersions on Brand and or his team or whoever or whatever, okay? And let's be honest. It doesn't matter if you like Brand or you don't like Brand, or you think he's a terrorist or you don't think he's a terrorist. The fact that James King is lying about this is an issue because, ladies and gentlemen, if a candidate or their supporters come and put a sign in your yard that you did not give them permission to put in your yard, well, folks, you're free to take that sign down. You're free to rip that sign up. You're free to paint that sign black. You're free to burn that sign down. You are free, ladies and gentlemen, to do whatever you want to do with that sign. So when the UAW noticed that this sign was not put here with permission, they went and they painted through it. Bullshit. They didn't know that the sheriff was going to make a stink about it. They just went and painted through it. Well, then when it came out that King was the bad guy and they tore the sign down and they notified him, King took a picture of this and thought, well, hey, at least if I can't have the sign up there, I'll get a little bit of victimhood points because I'll share this and show that my sign was vandalized. Well, Jimmy King, let me tell you, sir, you put an unwanted piece of trash on a property where it wasn't wanted, and the picture is here. The proof is right here. So the folks that didn't want this decided to deal with it. The only thing James King is good at is playing the victim. And I'll be honest, he's not even good at that. To be perfectly honest with you, he's not even good at playing the victim. He's a complete ass clown. So there you go, folks. There's the King fiasco, the King sign fiasco. What a joke. I've got no clue. I've never seen you and Batman, the greatest detective in the room before. I tell you, that's going to be really odd when the city of Munis breaks the story wide open that not only am I Batman, but I am Superman at the same time. Everybody thought Batman was Bruce Wayne and Superman was Clark Kent. Little did they know that Christopher Bilbrey is Superman and Batman. How's that? You can't be the same superhero in two different cities, folks. So, I just had different costumes for different days. It is what it is. You never seen Batman and Superman in the same room with me. Thank you very much. So, there you go. Checks and balances. It's called Checks and Bilbrey. That's what it is. I will be the checks and balances for the folks that can't seem to do it themselves. All right, moving on. We're going to talk about something. Could you imagine last week with all this chaos? You thought we were going to have a nice, peaceful couple days in before the election. The election would be here, it'd go away, and everybody would be able to go back to their life. And then the Delaware County Republican Party said, hey, we are going to shake shit up for you all around here. So grab your popcorn, buckle yourselves in, and hold on for complete insanity. Okay? So, sometime last week, two completely borderline decrepit, old, has-been, washed up, former Delaware County Republican Party leaders decided to put their brains to work and then put pen to paper or their fingers to the keyboard and pen a letter. And they decided to make this letter that I believe at the start was intended to be a private letter. And I believe by everything that I've initially found out, that these people that used to be the party leadership initially sent this letter out to the precinct committee people of the party, or at least those that they knew or believed were sympathetic to their cause. There's no such thing as private with Bilbrey on the case. Absolutely. See, Kate knows me. And so, yeah, GW, that is almost an absolute certainty. You can almost be certain of that. So these folks, and I'm going to let you know who they are. They are Tom Bennington and Will Statham, who, by the way, live in Florida. All right. They live in Florida. All right. We see Tom Bennington's signature here. Will Statham's is below the ticker. Okay. There they are. Like, do they live together? Like, how close in Florida do these people live? How weird. Like, what's the deal with that? Like, I want to know what the deal is. They're like, hey, let's move away from Muncie and let's move in together. Like, these people are the odd couple down in Florida or some nonsense. So they decided to pin this letter and send it out initially privately to some precinct committee people. We talked about this letter last week. It just basically says, like, hey, everything's great. Republicans are great. Everything's wonderful. We've engaged in local elections and Delaware County, because as former Delaware County chairpersons and elected party officers, we have developed a valued relationship with the elected officials and like-minded voters. Our common goals were to provide the Delaware County with the best possible services at affordable tax rates. We have been rewarded with previous election results, and we are challenged with continuing good government. Who said what they've been doing always has been good government? I think that is a joke, okay? Dems have vote blue no matter who. Republicans now have vote red even if they're brain dead. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, that almost deserves an amen. All right. So this says, we have been rewarded with Republicans holding every elected office in Delaware County government, with the exception of one judge who, let me tell you, is an absolute wackadoo, and the prosecutor, who's, in my opinion, pretty awesome there. Okay, so it's really funky. This is in addition to the majorities on almost every town council and advisory board in Delaware County. Although we are no longer elected party officials, we continue to support conservative values represented by our current Delaware County Republican candidates and office holders. As a result, the Delaware County roads, bridges, and other infrastructure have seen marked improvements. There have been great improvements also in providing much needed veteran services, along with thousands of stable jobs. And I want to find out where these jobs are that these people keep talking about. Substantial wages, good benefits that have been created due to their economic development efforts. This has resulted in significant growth within Delaware County. Okay, moving on. It is therefore our honor and pleasure to endorse the efforts of Delaware County Chairman Ed Carroll, which is an absolute joke, all right, because this guy is completely crazy. And his central committee has a lead, back up. Honor and pleasure to endorse the efforts of Delaware County Chairman Ed Carroll, and his central committee has a lead Delaware County Republican candidates in the has led. What is this? Therefore, our honor and pleasure to endorse. It is therefore our honor and pleasure to endorse the efforts of Delaware County Chairman Ed Carroll and his central committee. And then what goes on here?
I think they're missing some words and they put in an A. That has led Delaware.
That has led. Okay. I'm like, what's happening here? Republican candidates in the May 7th primary election. The incumbents have a proven track record of success, and the new candidates will continue that successful tradition. We respectfully ask for your support and vote on May 7th for the candidates listed below. James King, a Democrat. Sherry Riggin, is she awake yet? Brad Bookout, a Democrat. Jessica Piper, Eugene Whitehead, signed, and then it's these two jokesters, okay? Now, that went out, and let me tell you, it was like private for a moment. Okay. And everything was like okay while it was private. And then something stupid happened. Then the Delaware County Republican Party chairman, Ed Carroll, decided to publish it on his Delaware County Republican page. Now, let me explain this to you, and this is very important for you guys to understand. Party rules have always said in the past, we do not get involved in the primaries. The Democrat Party says it, the Republican Party says it. And I believe that should be true. The parties should not get involved. If they're going to help one candidate, they should help them all. If they're not going to help any, they shouldn't help any. They should let the voters decide where they're going to fall. All right? That's what it should do. The party leadership of either the Democrats or the Republicans should not handpick their people that they're going to do. That's just not the way it's designed. All right? So, here's what happened. Ed Carroll decided to share a post, and this is the post he put. Dear fellow Republicans, it is with great humbleness to I'm going to hire these guys to write for me. I mean, I could have these guys write for me and you would never know. It would just keep on right on rolling. When they quit being all the losers that they currently are, I'm going to hire them on board, and there you'd be like, yep, Bilbrey's writing again. It is with great humbleness, too, I receive the endorsement of, is this a joke? It is with great humbleness, too, I received the endorsement of such great past Delaware County Republican Party leaders, Will Statham and Tom Bennington. The work of these past leaders has led to our successes of today for the local Republican Party and local government. As your county chairman, I have reaped the benefits of these past party leaders, and I desire to continue. Who says that? I desire to continue their tradition of service, not only to the party, but to our community as well. Please take a moment to read the joint letter from former county chairman Will Statham and former vice chairman Tom Bennington. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you, Ed E. Carroll Jr., Delaware County Republican chairman and Delaware County grammar champion. Okay? So then he published this private letter, bang, and it went insane, folks. Let me tell you, when that happened, everybody's heads about popped off, all right? Like, it was total insanity. And the Delaware County Republican Party, who generally don't have a lot of engagement on their social media page, okay, they were then inundated with 145 comments, and they were like letting them roll. I was pretty amazed that I figured they would immediately shut the comments down, and it was not good for them. Okay. You had Republicans pouring out all over the county who were saying, hey, I'm not good with this. This is not a good thing. I don't think I like what's happening. You can see here a bunch of people angry reacted, a bunch of people laugh reacted, a couple idiots liked it. It is what it is. Whatever. Okay. It is. I don't mean idiots. I'm just joking here. All right. You get a bunch of people who are like, our family voted Republican in the primary the first time of the century. There's Charlize. Okay. This is very interesting considering that yesterday, while inside GOP headquarters, Vice Chair Jessica Piper answered the phone call of a concerned voter and very clearly stated, we don't really do anything in the primary. We don't show any candidate in the primary, so you'll have to look them up individually. Go Purdue! Nice to know that concerned voters can't even call and get an honest answer. Either support all or support none. When a leader is pushing divisions such as this, the same leader will not be able to bridge the divide. That's been historically proven time and time again. The class has left the building. All right. Chair Chow says very disappointing. Jeff Stanley says very disappointing leadership. And this genius says definitely wouldn't call this leadership. Of course, the largest Democratic man-child in the world thought he should comment. I appreciate the GOP-based chairman and Republican Party, and I appreciate the Central Committee for standing up for what is right, especially in the Women's Committee. Who said anything about the Women's Committee here, nut? All right. Amber Green says 92 comments and what? 3 people supporting this, all of them Democrats. Congratulations on your highest engagement post to date. All right. So we got a bunch of people battling back and forth. Destiny Johnson. That's interesting. This is the result of a straw poll that was posted in 3 different community groups. Here are the results of the straw poll for Delaware County Council and Delaware County Commissioner District 1. Votes candidates 51 to Stephen Brand, 8 to James King, 173 to Ryan Webb, 85 to Amber Green, 60 to David Williams, 44 to Bradley Bookout, 33 to Jessica Piper, 32 to Eugene Whitehead, and somehow Lori Jesse got 4. Screw everybody else on here. I want to know the 4 people that voted for this ghost of a candidate. These polls were conducted over a 24-hour period in 3 different local community Facebook groups. These groups were What's Up Muncie, Delaware County News and Updates, and Delaware County Community Awareness. This post by the party chairman also reeks of desperation that his preferred candidates are not polling so good. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I told you that the party did a straw poll, like an actual honest to God, we're going to put out a straw poll and see what happens. And I told you, if they did not poll very good, we wouldn't hear anything about it. And we didn't hear anything about it. Okay? That's very interesting. What's disappointing is that people and other elected officials are just noticing and speaking out about this stuff. Been going on for years. Yeah, people like Troy Ingram and Ryan Webb and yours truly have been speaking out about this nonsense for years. And it's not just Ed Carroll. It was Will Statham, and it was Tom Bennington, and it was Victor Whitehead. Now, you want me to be real honest? All right, screw it. It was Kay Whitehead too, probably. When you have closed-minded people that feel like they are the upper class and they can keep people out, that is not what you want. That is not how you build parties up. And listen, this is not a Republican-Democrat thing, because the Democrat parties are just as screwed up and have done this same crap. It's what Phil Nichols did. It's what they have all done, man. It is not good. It is gross. And it is not how you get the best people possible running. Our primaries should be filled with people on both sides running every time. 2 or 3 candidates on the Republican side, 2 or 3 candidates on the Democrat side. And when you don't have that, you are seriously hurting the people. All right? Well, folks, there have been a lot of people hurt through this chaos, and the divides have struck wide and deep. But there have not been 2 people more hurt by this chaos than the couple known as drum roll, please. Brrr, Skyper. All right, you know Skyper? You tell me, you all know who Skyper is, right? You follow the Hollywood magazines. You know that hot new couple that everybody's been talking about, Skyper, Scott Alexander and Jessica Piper. They've been merged into one entity, Skyper. Well, Skyper, ladies and gentlemen, if you've known anything about Delaware County politics for years, these people have been attached. I don't know where they've been attached at, but they've been attached. They go everywhere together. They generally are wearing the same clothing. They look very similar. They both have that lost in a staring up at the deer in the headlights look, like blindly looking. Jessica Piper, Scott Alexander, where one went, the other followed. And it was what it was. You had Scott Alexander on the council, Jessica Piper on the council, and, you know, deedly. Okay. Well, here's what happened. Skyper started having some cracks because, kind of similar to that scene in all of the high school movies when you have the senior varsity football player, even if he's a bench warmer. Because let me tell you, it's not like Scott Alexander is some major hero. He's not. Scott Alexander is a bench warmer. He's not like the star football player. He's he's made the varsity, but he's a bench warmer. That being said, at the end of his 12th grade year, he still graduates. Bench warmer and all, but he was on the varsity team as a bench warmer. He still graduates. And you've got the JV cheerleader, Miss Piper, that's in her junior year, has to stay behind. And she's like, now listen, you're going to come home and you're going to watch all the football games with me. It's going to be just like old times. You're going off to college, but it's going to be great. Scott Alexander went on to the state Senate. Well, let me tell you, folks, it's not been pretty for Skyper because Scott's went down to the big boys club, and even as a bench warmer in high school, now he's part of the big boys leagues. He's running around with J.D. Prescott and Kyle Hupper, and and the Bray, and all of the losers that are the Republicans on the state Senate and state House side. They're all basically idiots too. But he just didn't have time for Piper. And Piper has been floating out here in the world like a lost little lamb. And she's been running her meetings kind of chaotically. Look, where's her campaign been? She has not campaigned this year. She has not campaigned. Where's she been? She's not been anywhere. It's hilarious. Running with breath. You're absolutely right. So let me tell you what happened. Okay. They have had some problems because Scott came back and Scott asked her, hey, Piper, Jess, hey, what are you doing in this commercial? And she's like, oh, I don't know anything about that. I had nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with that. Scott's like, girl, you're in it. Like, it's you. You're running. You're the candidate. You obviously had something to do with it. So she lied to him. And that was the bad thing. That she shouldn't have done that. Okay? But she did. And he might have forgiven her. And let me tell you, even though he was starting to question where her loyalty lied and what was going on and having problems, he still let her put signs up in his yard of his business, which is a very, very high traffic area. It's Riggin and Rosewood. Very high traffic. All right. People who he support, he's always put their signs up there, and it is what it is. Well, then this letter came out, and Ed shared it. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, something happened. Ed shared that letter yesterday, Saturday. And I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall, because basically, essentially what happened is you get this power couple right here, Skyper, and then this comes out with this. Then Scott Alexander angry reacts it. Uh-oh, hey, he angry reacted it. Look at that. All right. Then let's look what happened after that. His wife, oh yeah, he's got a wife. Did I forget to mention he does have a wife? Valerie Alexander said, disappointing and frustrating. Unfortunately, reminds me of Scott's first two elections. I refused to donate to the local party knowing the funds would have been used to campaign against him. Supporting all candidates through the primary is the right move. Welp, now it looks like Skyper is no more. All right. No more. No more. Because yesterday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, this is the site of Alexander & Co. real estate appraisers. This is actually two pictures. You've got one picture here on top and then one picture on the bottom. This is looking both east and west. You can see Jessica Piper's signs were removed from the yard. He pulled this. This is like giving back the mixtape, giving back the promise ring, whatever. He took the signs and was like, all right, you good. No more. No more. So this happened. And I'm going to tell you, I started hearing the rumbling that wasn't all that happened. I started hearing that a letter was going to come out. I started hearing that Scott Alexander, along with a couple other state officials, were going to write their own letter to the party leadership. And keep in mind, Piper is part of the leadership. She's the vice chairman. So she can't just feign stupidity. I know that's hard to believe, but she really can't on this one feign stupidity. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you the letter. Dear Ed and Jessica. Oh, snap. They actually included Jessica. Statement concerning the local Delaware County GOP endorsement of candidates in the 2024 primary election. Late this week, a generic mailing came to GOP supporters endorsing candidates from former party chairman living in Florida. Current party leaders decided to double down and put the letter on social media, praising and supporting the former chairman and specific candidates. Party leadership has indicated in recent past that they would not be endorsing or slating candidates as elected members of the legislature, we find this concerning and very disappointing. The Republican primary is for voters to choose their candidates, not leadership to make that choice for them. It is unacceptable. Now, all right, I'm gonna disagree with this, kind of. It is unacceptable to support Democrats in a Republican primary. Okay. I don't have a problem with that. As party leadership should not be putting Democrats in as Republicans. I agree with that wholeheartedly. It is unacceptable for party leadership to put Democrats in as Republicans. I agree. It is also inappropriate for Republicans to advocate that known Democrats vote in our party's primary. All right. Now, I'm going to cut both ways on this. All right. I do not believe that it is appropriate for party leadership to call for Democrats to jump the line to vote. That being said, I don't have a problem with voters doing whatever the hell they want, and we're going to come to that in a minute on another story. So just put an asterisk there. Don't chop my head off yet. Just bear with me. All right? Let's just stick with what it is. Primary elections are solely for each party to choose their respective nominees. Let me see. I can't see what that line says. Let me double check what that says behind there. I want to double check. There is a reason we have both general and primary elections. It is concerning that a former party chairman and the current chair seem to have no issues fully supporting these candidates. This is unacceptable. The candidates on the ballot have invested time and energy, and many of them have their own money in the campaigns. We have all been there. All candidates deserve a fair playing field. We owe it to the voters to have fair elections without bias or favoritism towards specific candidates. Local party leaders should not be picking candidates to influence the primaries, period. And it comes from Scott Alexander, Indiana State Senator, District 26, J.D. Prescott, Indiana House Representatives, District 33, and Elizabeth Roway, Indiana House of Representatives, District 35. So first and foremost, I'm going to say for all three of these state officials to put their name on this document, I will take my hat off and give them a nod. JD included. Scott, JD, and Elizabeth. I have issues with all three of them for various reasons, but I will give them props for putting their name on this document. Okay?
Now, at the same time, I would like to call out their hypocrisy in this letter.
Why?
About the party picking who they want to win in the primary and the amount of money that they take from taxpayers and party caucuses to buy
absolutely.
Their primaries.
Yeah. All right. I get where you're going with that because, yes, Kate's exactly right. Because let me tell you, they are all guilty of the same damn thing. So while I'm happy, this is kind of like, like the pot calling the kettle black. It's funny to me that they're calling them out, and I'm happy that they are. But it's a fake letter. Oh, my God. Mike Jones is a fake human being. Hey, Cucky, you'll be all right. Take your box to work tomorrow, brother. You need to start packing up because you're going bye-bye real soon. Oh, I love it. I do appreciate them. I do appreciate them doing that. Okay. I love that. It's, hey, Mike, yeah, it's just as fake as your vandalized sign there, Mikey. Oh, it's just as fake as your vandalized sign. Oh God, I love it. I gladly painted over that. I'm the one that painted over that sign. I mean, I didn't, but I'll come and talk to me. That's hilarious. Anywho, I didn't paint over that sign. I didn't even know that happened until it was happened. But I will gladly take anyone that wants to come and interview me for that crime. You know where to find me. All right. So that being said, I absolutely love this. I love that they came out and called these people out. I think it's a good step. I mean, it's weird because at the end of the day, Scott Alexander has benefited from this same practice. Elizabeth Roway, I don't know necessarily that she's benefited from the same practice, but JD Prescott has absolutely benefited from the same practice. So it's all of these people are idiots. Ed's an idiot. Tom's an idiot. Mike's an idiot. King's an idiot. Scott's an idiot. Piper's an idiot. It's all. I understand why people don't want to vote. Okay? Because you for the longest time, it's just been a bunch of trash. Right, Ryan. I mean, I'm glad these people are finally jumping on board with my train of thought. Hilarious. It's called the Kiss of Death Tour, the Bilbrey Kiss of Death Tour. Jump on. Choo choo. JD didn't mind taking the $79,000 from the Republican Party in a primary. He's going to return. Is he going to return that money? Yeah, I would like to know that. I would like to know if he will be returning that money. We'll find out. So, needless to say, the Republican Party is just in absolute shambles. And I'm going to tell you, it's not just me. It's not just me saying this stuff. Mike Jones is going around saying Bilbrey's reading from a fake letter that he wrote in his mother's basement, and he's saying bad things about everybody. All right, but I'll have you know that one of my biggest enemies over the last couple of years, because I wanted to call out, the mayor of Muncie, Shireen Wigley. She shares it to social media, and she says here, thank you, Scott Alexander, JD Prescott, and Elizabeth Roway for sending this letter to the Delaware County Republican Party. And then in the comments, we see some very interesting things. We're going to click all comments. So people see truly pathetic that this is actually needs to be said to adults. I am very pleased to see this rebuttal and clear condemnation of party chairman Ed Carroll's leadership. The people decide who represents them, not party bosses. That's leadership from the Republican Party right there. Good on our elected state officials. I said, absolutely wild, yada, yada, yada. If this is a real thing, why are the committeemen and women not asking for a recall of the chairman of the party officials? And they should be asking for a friend. Timothy, I would guess the answer is twofold. One, this is all very fresh. Two, the PCs don't know each other because the list is stored at Fort Knox. Figured, but it sounds like something needs to change, something besides councilmen and women. Yes. Timothy, it does. A lot of needs to change. Change besides two more change besides 2 more, and I'll agree with you. I don't really know what she's saying there. Hell, I was told I could run for a township position because of the Hatch Act. From both of them, the township position has nothing to do with my current employment or where my pay comes from. Preston Cross, I think I said the same thing a few days ago. He needs to resign. Hey, let me get in front of all of you people. I've been saying this forever. Okay? Listen, if this is a ploy to take the heat off the auditor's office in Delaware County, I do not think it will work. It's not. I don't think it's a plea. No. This shit's just all happening all at the same time. It literally is just coming to a head for Ed Carroll. I actually kind of feel sorry for the man. He's got so much chaos going on. Piper's got so much chaos going on. They have literally caused this unforced error by being bad people, bad politicians, bad public servants. You've not been doing your damn job. Now, Catherine's saying, can you make this happen over here? My question is, why is Elizabeth Roway and Kyle Hupfer and all of them, why are they not getting together and doing the same damn thing in Madison County? Because Madison County is every bit as disgusting and dirty as Delaware County. Hey, calling Mike Gaskell. All right. And everybody else from Madison County and the Madison County area. You need to be taking a look at what Delaware County is doing and calling out the Madison County folks. Hey, and where is J.D. Prescott and Scott Alexander? Because they need to do the same damn thing in Randolph County. You know what I mean? Oh, guess what? Janae Blasdell, or whatever her name is, needs to be removed in J County. Do it up in J County, too. You know what I mean? Like, good Lord. Hey, while we're at it, why don't we remove the state officials at the same time? You know what I mean? Like, let's remove the whole bit. Let me help you guys out. Hey, when you go to vote for governor on Tuesday, vote for whoever the hell you want to, because it won't matter. Then in November, select Donald Rainwater, and let's really send these a-holes a message. How about that? How about let's elect a libertarian governor and see what the hell these people do? You really want to do some Operation Chaos? Let's do some Operation Chaos. And let's unelect both parties from everywhere. The Democrats suck. The Republicans suck. They all are bad. They say, Ryan, they are the embarrassment to Delaware County. The parties are the embarrassment to Indiana. Absolutely. Here's the funny thing. About an hour ago, a little bit longer than that, about 2 or 3 hours ago, the Republican Party cut off comments to that post. My question is, why has the Republican Party not shared the letter that their state officials sent to them? Why have they not done that? I don't see Scott Alexander, JD Prescott's, and Roway's letter up here. Listen to me very carefully. Ed Carroll. Call in work tomorrow because you don't do a damn thing in the auditor's office anyways. And resign your post as chairman of the Republican Party. Don't wait until after the election. Do it before the election. Do it tomorrow. Jessica Piper, resign as vice chair to the party tomorrow. Don't wait till tomorrow. You guys do it tonight. Then, resign your seats as elected officials and go on about your private business life. And you'll never hear me talk about you again. I'll forget you exist. How about that? That's all we need to do. That's all you need to do. Simply put, go on your way. But I'm sad to hear about Skyper, so I don't know what's going to happen there, but needless to say, sounds like there's some trouble there. All right, so that's that. All right, now, moving on from there, we're going to talk about something very close to it, and it's this voting confusion. All right, it's this voting confusion. Let me see here what we've got up. Yeah. Okay, if I send you something, can you put it up in the document?
No, good luck.
I love it. All right, I sent it up there. We'll see how that looks. I don't know. I don't know how that'll work. We'll hope that works. We might have to share it from another way. Hey, while we're at it, folks, listen, if you have not hit the like button, please do so. If you're here and you haven't watched before, please hit the subscription button. You can do it for free. It doesn't cost you any money. Then you can hit the bell. That way you get notified when we go live. Also, if you're not commenting over there, please comment. We love to interact with you and have your thoughts. I love that. And then please share the show with everyone you know. That's very, very, very important. Please do that for us if you can. I would very much appreciate it. Okay, you can see all the buttons over here, so that would be great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is a letter that we need to talk about. This is something that's very concerning to me. This is along the lines of the voter chaos that I was talking to you about, okay? And this goes back to where I said, don't chew my head off, put an asterisk here. All right, this is very, very important that we talk about this and have an understanding here. Okay, this is two different things that you're looking at here. So you see there's two paragraphs at the very top, and then it says Indiana Code. All right, the two paragraphs at the top are a Facebook post, and the Facebook post is from Lisa Crow Goodpaster. All right. I cut the name off just when I shared it because I didn't care about giving her credit or not credit or whatever. I don't care about her one way or another. She's got me blocked. Someone sent me to it. Someone sent it to me, so it is what it is. But I want to talk about this. Lisa Crow Goodpaster says some absolute nonsense here. She says, this goes with my previous post. I didn't see her previous post from yesterday for discussion. Elections aren't a chess game. What? Excuse me? Like, only an idiot would say something like that. I'm sorry. Only a true idiot would say Elections aren't a chess. They are exactly. They are a chess game. You're right. They're not chess. It's three-dimensional chess. It's matrix chess. It's chess where when you checkmate somebody, they can say, "Booyah, bitch! All right, I'm no longer checkmated," and then the game starts all over. It's like chess, like you could never even have begin to imagine. Yes, it's a chess game. It is a blood sport. It is like nothing other that you could imagine. So that is an ignorant line. Next on. If you know a Democrat pulling a Republican ticket in the primary for the sole purpose of manipulating the outcome of the Republican election, you should challenge their vote. Well, who's she talking to? You should challenge their vote. You as in who? Who the hell are you to challenge someone's vote? You as another voter? You as another voter are nobody. If you as another voter, if I am in the voting area and I say, hey, I'd like a Democrat ballot, even though I'm a Republican, and somebody that's just another voter walks up to me and says, I challenge you, sir. I don't really even know what I would do. I don't know if I pull out a gun or what, but you have nobody to challenge me. Go on about your vote and get your stink breath out of my face. All right? That's nuts. You don't challenge me. And if you work there and you challenge me, you're no one to challenge me. All right? So back on off with this weirdness. If you know a Democrat polling a Republican ticket, let's switch it. If you know a Republican polling a Democrat ticket in the primary for the sole purpose of manipulating the outcome of the Republican primary, you should challenge the vote. Nobody can challenge anybody's vote. Was Lisa Crow Goodpasture saying this when Rush Limbaugh was calling for Operation Chaos? I took part in Operation Chaos, by the way. I voted quite bizarrely for who were we voting for in Indiana in Operation Chaos? Were we voting for Hillary Clinton or were we voting? I think we were voting for Hillary Clinton. I think that Obama had won. Whatever the deal was, I pulled a ballot that was not the ballot that I normally, and I polled the ballot that I would normally not poll, and I participated in Operation Chaos. Okay? Let me be very clear. I have been broadcasting in one form or another, or I have been blogging in one form or another, or broadcasting since 2015. I have been involved with politics since I was 8 years old. I have been voting since my first primary when I was 17. And I have polled Republican and Democrat ballots so many freaking times I can't even tell you what's what. I vote very strategically for what I believe will be the betterment of the community in which I am voting in. And I have used my platform to tell all of you to do the same damn thing. That's why people have such a confusion about what I am. Are you a Democrat? Listen, I make no bones about it. I am a conservative, man. I am a conservative. Clear and factually, I supported Jeff Robinson for mayor over Dan Ridenour. I would never vote for Jeff as a congressman. Ever. I supported Jeff for mayor. I would never vote for Jeff as a congressman. I wouldn't vote for Jeff probably as a state senator. What do you think? Tell you something else? I don't live in Audie's area. I would vote for Audie if I lived in District 3 or wherever. If I could vote for Audie, I've supported Audie Barber. If Audie Barber was running as a Democrat for Congress, I would support him. Because truth be told, Audie is a hardcore blue dog Democrat. Audie is an old-time, old-school Kennedy Democrat. I can support that. My beliefs fall all over the map, okay? I believe in personal responsibility, believe in people treating people respectfully, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's continue to look at this insanity. She then shared Indiana Code 31091. Let's read this together. A voter in a precinct may challenge a voter or person who offers to vote at a primary election. All right, so you may do it. It's not a must. You don't have to. It's something that you can do. You know, you can F around and find out too. The challenged person may not vote unless the challenged person. All right, so I go in to vote, and Lisa Crowgood Pastor comes up and says, I don't think you should vote this way, and challenges me. First, I will laugh. But then it says that me as the challenged person, I cannot vote unless I, one, is registered. Oh, well, ding, ding, ding. I'm registered, fool. Get out of my way. 2, makes. Hey, I make all the time. I'm making now. I'm making then. I'm making tomorrow. Tell me where you want me to make. I'll make. Oh, an oral or written affirmation under Indiana Code 31012. And look that up. That's really hard to find. It's just a whole chapter. But I make that affirmation under 31012. I'm doing it right now in my pants. Or an affidavit that the challenged person is a voter of the precinct. Yep, I'm signing that affidavit. I am a voter of the precinct. I vote in Precinct 60. I've voted in Precinct 60 since I moved back to Delaware County. Lisa Crowgood Pastor, get the hell out of my way. Or required under Indiana Code 31011. And hey, I checked there. That's also a weird, funky thing, but I'm there. If the voter declares that the voter is entitled to vote under 31011, which I do, I am entitled. I declare I'm entitled, and I'm declaring it for the rest of my life. Lisa Crowgood Pastor, get the hell out of my way. Either A, at the last general election, voted for the majority of the regular nominees of a political party. So if I pulled a Republican ballot and Lisa Crowgood Pastor says, oh, you're not a Republican, you can't do that. I guarantee you, I will make a declaration that at the majority of I voted the majority of the regular nominees at the last political party of the last general election, I voted for Republicans. Because how in the bloody hell will Lisa Crowgood Pastor be able to otherwise know? She will not. All right. Or if the person did not vote in the last general election, that I intend to vote in the next general election for a majority of the regular nominees. And oh, you better believe it, honey. I will always have voted in the last general election, but even if I didn't, in the next general election, I'm going to vote for every one of whatever I'm voting for now. And that same thing applies no matter if I pull a Democrat ballot this time or a Republican ballot this time. Because let me tell you, that's what I want, Tweety Bird. That's what we need to do. So listen, we either need to tell Lisa Crow Goodpasture to get the hell out of here with all that nonsense, or we all just need to challenge everybody. That would be fantastic. I challenge ye. Listen to me. That nonsense. 3, 10, 1, 9. That is like some laughable nonsense. That's how you know we need to get rid of every one of the state legislature, that they would allow some nonsense like this to be code still currently in today's time and age, that would ever have been voted in, that would ever be put into law is nonsensical. Because there is no way that you can ever do any of that.
So what are we supposed to do? Sit in there and everybody that comes in and goes, no, I think they're a Democrat. You shouldn't let them vote. No, I'm pretty sure they're a Republican. You shouldn't let them vote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you decide?
Well, you shouldn't be close enough to hear what ballot they're pulling.
That's number one, right? I would carry it down on a piece of paper. Everybody, don't say what ballot you want. Take it in on a piece of paper and slide it to them. Republican, please. Democrat, please.
It's a secret.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you. Why don't you give me both of the cards and I'll just select which one I'm doing? Thank you.
Yeah.
This is so laughable. Listen to me. And I get where they're coming from, because everybody's saying, oh, we're going to vote against Ryan, or we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I talked to Ryan. Ryan thinks this is bullshit. Let me tell you, everybody out there hating on Ryan right now, Ryan thinks that this is bullshit, that they're pushing this. You can't challenge people. There is nothing here. We need to make sure that everybody's aware of what everyone's saying here. There is nothing wrong for a candidate to say, hello, I want your vote. That's the part of campaigning. They're supposed to be coming around and trying to sway you. They're supposed to be coming around and telling you why you want to vote for them. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican. It doesn't matter if you're a libertarian. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be coming around and trying to sway everyone to go in and want to pull the ballot to vote for that person. All Democrats, all Republicans, all Libertarians, all Green Party, all anarchist, all communist, whatever your deal is, you're supposed to be swinging people your way. If you're not doing it right. So my thing, I had someone tell me, I saw you and your family on Saturday voting and what you were up to. I had someone tell me, I saw you and your family voting and what you were up to. That's weird. You should have said, did you see what I was up to afterwards? It was real wild. Here's the thing. Everybody's making this too damn hard. Everybody's making this everybody's making this. This is too stupid. It shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't be this confusing. It shouldn't be this stupid. Go vote however the hell you want to vote. Listen, I'm just want to tell you. This is what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to make it very clear for you. I'll take every one of these people on. I'm going to take every one of these people on. Listen to me. Go vote however the hell you want to vote. Go vote and pull a Republican ballot. Go vote and pull a Democrat ballot. Go stand on your head. And if someone gives you a trouble, call me. Call me. And we'll figure it out together. Don't just give up. Don't walk away. Don't not vote. Go in and vote for Ryan. Go in and vote against Ryan. Go in and vote for Brand. Go in and vote for King. Go in and vote.
Call
whoever.
Before you hit the submit button.
Yes, do not hit submit. Don't call me afterwards because it's too late. It's too late. After you've done it, it's too late. Folks, just go vote however you want and shut up. Quit trying to tell everybody else what to do. Quit. Let the candidates tell you what they want, what they don't want. Tell your people what you want, what you don't want. Just put the message out there. Go vote up. Go vote. Shut up. Go buy a cheeseburger afterwards. Go back to work. Live your life. Come home. Turn on my show. And just move on. Do not text. Call and continue to call until you get an answer. Do not text. Yes. Yes. Alva's right. Alva. Yes. Speed dial. Speed dial still a thing, Tweety Bird. I got speed dial set up on my phone. I'm hoping you'll not have any trouble. I'm thinking Madison County will have some trouble. In that time, go back to yesterday's show and call Kate or call Catherine. I guess she's Kate too, but wrong Kate, not our Kate. Her Kate, your Kate, Madison County Kate. That's that. So I just wanted to tell you this. We voted and the three of us went off. That's the best thing. That's the best thing. Yeah, absolutely. You know. This is nonsensical. And let me tell you, Lisa Crow Goodpaster, dude, you're making people think something is way off with you. Quit writing this stupid crap and posting this crap out there. This is insane. This is insanity. You know what Lisa Crow Goodpaster would do? You know what? I want to know where she votes. I want to know. I'm going to go and challenge her. You know what she would do if somebody walked up to her and said, I challenge you. I challenge you, Lisa. I challenge you. You know what she would do? She'd probably shoot you in the stomach. Don't mess with anybody inside a voting place. While I was voting on Friday, I voted Friday. And all of the voting people that were in there were like 900 years old, all of the helpers. And there was a guy that came in and he asked, he came in and he was like, hey, who are these people on this thing? Are they husband and a wife? Are they related? No, he didn't say, are they husband and wife? He said, are these two people related? And the people were like, I don't know. And I looked over at him and I was like, yeah, they are. And he's like, what's the deal? I said, they're husband and wife. And he said, oh. He was like, okay, well, thank you. And I was like, no problem. And I pressed my thing, and it went bang, and it voted, and it told me to check the thing over here, and it told me to press it again. I pressed it, and it went, and it went up in there, and my vote was done. And I turned around and I said, you have a good day. Timing issues. You idiot. That was the first time I've ever talked to anybody as a voter in there. And it made me feel real weird. The moral of the story is don't talk to people. Don't mess with people in the voting area. That's so stupid. If Lisa Crow Goodpasture came up, that's just why. It's not. Yeah, right. What's the deal here? She just said they're married. Are these people husband and wife? No, they're brother and sister. They're married. It's Muncie, dude. Muncie people came from Kentucky at one point. Everybody knows. They live in Gaston, I'm sure. Hopefully nobody's watching from Gaston. All right. So that's it with that. Just I saw this thing that Lisa put up, and I was just like, dude, this is insane. I cannot believe people are actually telling people that. That is nuts. So that's that. The last thing I want to tell you, the last thing I'm going to say is there is a Muncie City Council meeting tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow is going to be a crazy day. Tomorrow, here's our handy dandy super duper official schedule of this week's shows. Tomorrow is Monday, May 6th, 2024. The Muncie City Council meeting will meet tomorrow, and I have heard it is going to be a humdinger. So, what I would do is plan on tomorrow's episode being kind of later than it normally would be. So if you want to watch the Muncie City Council meeting, you can watch it right here on this channel starting at 6:45. There will be a public hearing at 6:45. And that meeting will go pretty quickly, and then there will be a 15-minute lag window, and then at 7 o'clock on the same thing, the meeting will begin at 7 o'clock, and then we will go. I've got some things that I want to bring up at the meeting, so I will be at the meeting, and I will have to be there until the end. I will not be able to sneak out early. So that means tomorrow's episode 197 will be on maybe at 9 if everything goes quickly. I don't think it's going to. We could be on at 9:30. We could be on at 10. But because tomorrow is a big council meeting, we will have a show at some point tomorrow evening. Tomorrow is also Election Day Eve. So we will do a show tomorrow, however short or whatever the deal is. We will do a show tomorrow. Audie's coming on with us, I've heard. He's going to be on. So that's episode 197 tomorrow. I wigged out and didn't do my show last night, so we're off schedule. We're not going to get to do we're supposed to be Wednesday was supposed to be episode 200, but it's not going to be now, so it is what it is. The live on location council meeting tomorrow, it'll be here on this channel starting at 6:45. Watch it. Then we will be live at 9 p.m. or some point after, the closest half hour after the Muncie meeting ends. So the closest half hour period. So if we get out at 10 o'clock, we'll go live at 10:30. If we get out at 9:15, we'll go live at 9:45. Get it? The closest half hour period after we get out, because it takes me 15 minutes to get home and about 15 minutes to get set. So that's the reason. So that will be tomorrow. Council meeting live, episode 197 live. Then Tuesday the 7th, Election Day, begins at 6 a.m. Long day, 6 p.m. close. Episode 198 will be alive, and it will more than likely be a little bit longer than normal, and it will start earlier than normal. I don't know when it'll start, but your best bet is to hit the subscription bell and to hit the subscription button and then hit the subscription bell. That's your best bet over there. So you get a notice of when we go live. Chances are we could be live as early as 7 o'clock. I'll keep you posted and let you know as we get closer, but that's what the deal is. So that's how kind of the week's going to go. Then I will do episode 199 on Wednesday to talk about kind of a wrap up. And then we'll start Thursday with, God willing, episode 200. And we'll be looking for a bright and new tomorrow. It's almost like starting over from scratch. Can't believe we're already at episode 200. That is nuts. All right, you guys take care. Thank you all for being here. Hope you've had a great weekend. Be safe. Have a great beginning of the work week tomorrow. And we will see you back here at 6:45 for the meeting tomorrow, 6:45 Eastern. And then whatever time we will be here for the live after that. You guys take care. God bless. Have a good evening. Goodbye.